Hi everybody and welcome to Selectors. Let's begin. Open style.css. On line 5, add a rule set using the type selector to target all h1 elements. Leave the declaration block empty for now. Okay, no problem. So what we do is type h1 and we create our declaration block like this and we click on run. There you go. And now inside the curly braces of the h1 selector, add the declaration below. Okay, so then we type in color like this and then maroon. And watch what happens with the h1 heading that we see right here, because this is what we are targeting, right? So we click on run and now the color has changed to maroon, right? Okay, note that the content of the web page will update because we've already linked style.css to index.html. And yes, that's correct because we can see it right here, right? Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's see what's next. To see how the universal selector targets all elements on a page, copy the rule below and paste it on the first line of style.css. Okay, so we copy that and we paste it right here and we click on run. Okay, and since the universal selector targets all elements, every element on the page now has a red border. That is correct. We can see that. Not a visually pleasing look, but you can see how all of the elements have been modified. Yes. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's see. On line 11 of index.html, there is an h1 element with the class title. Yes, that is correct. Now open style.css. On line 13, use the class selector to create a rule set that selects that HTML element using the class title. Okay, no problem. So we go inside style.css. On line 13, we are going to type dot title and then the curly braces. And then we click on run. And then inside the curly braces of the title selector, add the declaration that we see right here. Okay, so we go right here and we type color, which is going to be teal. And then we click on run. And now the title is it's here, right? The h1 element that we see right here, right? So this code will change the color of the h1 element with the title class to teal. Yes, it did. And we'll see in a later exercise why using the title class selector overrides the h1 selector. Okay, fine. So let's continue. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. So in index.html on line 11, there is an h1 element with a class of title. Add a second class named uppercase to this element. Okay, no problem. So we go right here and we just type uppercase like this and we click on run. Let's see. Perfect. And now next, navigate to style.css and add a rule set using the uppercase class selector. Then add the declaration below inside of the curly braces. Okay, no problem. So we go to style.css and we can go down here like this and we type dot uppercase like this. And then we need the curly braces. And then we can just copy the line of code that we have right here. And we can just paste it inside like this. And we click on run. And there you go. So now our title right here, right? The h1 element is now uppercase, right? So yeah, so let's continue. Okay, let's see what's next. On line 11 of index.html, inside the h1 opening tag and after the class attribute, add an ID with the value article title. Okay, so we go right here and we type ID. Let's see. And then we have the quotes, and then we type in article title like this. Oops, title. So ID article title, yes. And then we click on run. And now navigate to style.css. Add a rule set using the ID selector to target the article title ID. Inside of its curly braces, write the declaration that you see right here. And you'll see the title change to a cursive font, bringing some beauty and elegance to the page. Okay, maybe not so much, but the font does change. Yes, okay, so let's do that. So we go to style.css. And we can go down here and we just type, let's see, where's the hash symbol? There it is. And then we type in article, title, like this, and the curly braces. And let's copy the line of code that we have right here. And we paste it right here. Perfect. And now I'll click on run and you guys can just take a look at the h1 element here that we are going to make changes to thanks to the ID selector, right? So let's click on run and see the changes. So run. And there you go. Perfect. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's see what's next here. To use the attribute selector to select the anchor element with an href attribute value containing Florence, add the following code to style.css. Okay, notice how only the learn more link in the Florence Italy paragraph change to light green. Okay, so this is what we are going to change to light green. So let's take the code right here. So we copy that and we can paste it right here and we click on run. And now this is supposed to change to light green. Let's see. Yes, it did. Perfect. Okay, next in style.css, use the attribute selector to select the anchor element that has an href attribute value containing Beijing. Add a declaration of color with the value with the property color and the value light blue to make the link appear light blue. Okay, so I'm just going to take this right here, copy it, and going to paste it down here, and we're going to make some changes. So we are going to change this to Beijing, right? Like this. Let's see, Beijing, yes, and we are going to change the color to light blue. So light blue, and so this is what we're going to change to light blue, right? So let's see that happen by clicking on run. Let's see, and there you go. So now it's light blue, right? Okay, and finally use the attribute selector to change the anchor element that has an href attribute value containing Sol to light pink. Okay, so let's do that, and what we need to do here is we're just going to paste the line of code that we copied in the first task, right? So this right here that we've already copied, we can just paste it. And like we did in task 2, we are just going to make some slight changes. Okay, so we are going to change this right here to Sol. Let's see if I don't want to spell that wrong. So there you go. And then we're going to change the color to a light pink, right? Like this. And now when I click on run, the learn more link here is going to change to light pink, right? So let's see that in action. So I click on run. And there you go. Now the learn more link is light green. I mean light pink. I'm sorry. Okay, so perfect. Let's continue. Okay, let's see what's next. So add a rule set to the end of style.css that selects the anchor elements on the page. Leave the declaration block empty for now. Okay, so we go down here at the bottom and we type in A and we create our declaration block like this and we click on run. Perfect. And now add the hover pseudo-class to the anchor element selector that you just created. Okay, so we go right here and then we type in hover like this and we click on run. Perfect. And now lastly, set the text color to dark orange by adding the following CSS declaration inside the declaration block. Okay, so we can copy that and we paste it right here like this. And now when you hover the mouse over the learn more text, the font color changes to dark orange. Okay, so let's click on run and give it a try. So let's try the element that we see, anchor element that we see right here. There you go. And it changes to orange when we hover over it with the mouse, and then the second one and the third one, right? So yeah, everything works fine. Perfect. So let's continue. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. So to demonstrate using classes on multiple elements, let's give a few elements the same style. In index.html, there are 4 h2 elements. Give each of them a class of heading background. Okay, so let's copy that first. There you go. And let's find the first h2 element. There it is. So we paste the second class right here, right? So we paste. Then let's find the second h2 element. There it is on line 27. So we paste once again. Let's see. Here we have the third h2 element. And we paste. And then let's see, number 4. And there is number 4 right here. So here we need to actually add the class attribute first. And then we have the quotes. And now we paste the name of the class like this. And we click on run. There you go. And now let's give a unique style to a single element using ID. On line 13 of index.html, there's an h6 element that displays the time the article on the page was published. Add an ID attribute to the h6 element and give it a value of publish time. Okay, let's do that. So let's find line 13 first. There it is. And inside of the opening tag of the h6 element, we type in ID, and then we type in publish, let's see, publish time, right? Let's see if I spelled everything right. Publish time, yes, it looks good. So let's click on run. Great. And now, then in style.css, create a rule set targeting the new heading background class and give it the declaration that we see right here. So we can just copy that like this, and we go inside the styles.css file, and we can go to the bottom right here and just type dot heading background. Let's see, heading background, yes, and then the curly braces, and let's paste in the declaration like this, and we click on run. And there you go. So all of our headings now, the H2 headings, right, have the new background color, right? So yeah. Okay, so let's continue. Finally, in style.css, create another rule set using the publish time ID selector and add the declaration that we see right here. Okay, so we go down here at the bottom, and then we just start with the hash symbol. Okay, and then we type in publish time like this, and we need the curly braces or the declaration block, right? And then we type in color, and then the color is going to be gray like this, and then we are going to click on run and watch what happens right here. The color changes to light, or not light gray, but gray, right? So yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. To compare type, class, and ID specificity, let's add a class and ID to an existing element. On line 12 of index.html, there is an h5 element with the author's name. Give the element a class of author class and an ID of author ID. Okay, no problem. So we go right here and we type in class like this. And then we type author class inside the quotes. So author class, there you go. And now let's create the ID. So we type ID, and inside the quotes we are going to type author ID like this. Okay, and we click on run. Perfect. And now the element now has 3 ways of selecting it: by type, class, and ID. Add the 3 following rule sets to the bottom of style.css, utilizing each of the selectors. Okay, so we copy that and we go inside the style.css file, go to the bottom, and we paste the rule sets like this. And we click on run, or before we click on run, this is the one, this is what is going to style our h5 element, right? The ID selector it's because it's more specific than the class selector and the type selector, right? But let's see if that's the case. So we click on run. And let's see, yes, it gets the cornflower blue color, right? The h5 element here, right? So yeah, so let's continue. So each of these rules selects the same element in a different way. Which style will win the specificity war? Click run to find out. And we already found out, right? It was the ID selector, right? So because ID is the most specific selector, the element will change to cornflower blue. You may have noticed the other h5 elements change to yellow. This is because the most specific and only selector they have is their type. Yes, that is correct. We can see it right here, right? Right? Okay, so let's continue. And you can always, of course, look through the code and see exactly the same. They don't have any class or ID, right? So there we have the first h5 element, or actually second one, but we have the first one that gets the color yellow, then we have the second one, and then we have the third one right here, right? So yeah, okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. So let's use chaining to select only the h2 elements with destinations and add a style to them. In style.css, write a CSS selector for h2 elements with a class of destination. Inside the selector's curly braces, add this declaration. Okay, so we go right here at the bottom, and we just type h2 dot destination. Let's see, destination like this, and we need the curly braces, and let's copy the line of code right here that will help us change the font family, and we paste and we click on run. And now this will change the font of the H2 elements that also have the class destination. The last H2 element, more destinations, will remain unchanged. So we have the first one, right? The second one, the third one, and the last one is unchanged, right? Because it didn't have it didn't have the class destination, right? And we can see that inside the index.html file. So if you go right here inside the index.html file and we scroll down here and find more destinations, right? The H2 element, more destinations, there you go. We see that it doesn't have a class of destination, right? It only has a class of heading background, while the other ones, we have destination, or they have a destination class, this one right here, right? And we have the other one right here, destination, and we have another one right here, destination, right? So all of the three here, right, they have the destination class, while the last one doesn't. Okay, so yeah, so let's continue. Okay, let's see what we need to do now. So in index.html, each destination has a paragraph with a description class below it. Nested within each description paragraph is an H5 element with the text top attractions. They're a little hard to read since they turn yellow. Let's fix that. Navigate to style.css and add a rule set that uses the Descendant combinator to target only the H5 descendants of elements with the class description. Okay, so we go inside style.css and we could go at the bottom right here and we just type description, right? Description, let's see, description, and then space, and then H5 and the curly braces, right? So let's click on run and see if we got that right. I'm guessing we did. There you go. And now inside the curly braces of the selector, add a declaration, the declaration that we see right here. Okay, so we're going to change the color to blue violet, right? So all of these top attractions, these headings right here, are going to change to the color blue violet. Okay, okay, so let's see that in action. So let me copy the declaration right here and copy it inside the curly braces like this, and we click on run. And there you go. Now you can see them, right? Top attractions, and top attractions. Perfect. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. To show how specificity increases with additional selectors, let's create another rule set with the Descendant combinator and then compare it to a rule set without. In style.css, write a rule set using the Descendant combinator to select the H4 elements nested in the list item elements. Inside of the curly braces, add the declaration that we see right here. Click run and then scroll down the page to see the H4 elements under more destinations appear gold. So with other words, these destinations that we see right here, right? Okay, so let's do what we are asked to do. So we can go down at the bottom right here. We type in li and then H4 and then the curly braces. And then we copy the declaration right here. And we go inside the curly braces and we paste the declaration and then we click on run. And now let's scroll down our page right here and we can see that the destinations have now a new color. They have the color gold, right? They changed to gold, or which changed them to gold. Okay, so let's continue. Now create a rule set targeting elements with just the H4 type and add a declaration of what we see right here. With the H4 elements, will the H4 elements turn blue? They will definitely not. Click run to find out. Okay, so we go down here and we type in H4, the curly braces. We copy the declaration right here, right? and we paste it inside the curly braces like this, and we click on run. And let's see, no, they didn't change, right? Because the rule set that we created right here is more specific, right? But yeah, let's continue reading here. The elements stay gold because there is a more specific selector for H4 elements you wrote in the last step. Yes, exactly what I just said. Because of the more specific CSS selector, this one, right, that we just created, the more general selector of H4 will not take hold. That is correct. Okay. So yeah, let's continue. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. In style.css, write selectors for the H5 and list item elements, so they will both be styled with the same CSS rule. Apply this style declaration. So this declaration that we see right here. Okay, so we go at the bottom right here, and we type in H5, comma, and then li. Then we have the curly braces. Let's copy the declaration that we see right here and paste it inside the curly braces. There you go. And what's going to happen now? And did you see that all of the, exactly what they said, the H5 elements and the list item elements, they're going to get a new font family, right? We are going to, change the style of the font family, right? So let's click on run and see the changes right here, right here, right here, and right here, right? And down here also, of course. Okay, so let's see that in action. So let's click on run, and there you go. So this changed, this changed, this changed, this, and of course finally this, right? And again, you can just go through the index.html code and see that for yourself, right? So you don't need me for that, right? So yeah, so let's just continue. And it looks like we are done with this lesson. Okay, everybody. So if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, I would really appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos on Codecademy. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.